You hear that, Samson? Beautiful.
Getting started, you're going to need 1 yard of heavier weight fabric. I recommend canvas or twill, and also 1 yard of lining. You're going to need 3 zippers. I recommend 2 18-inch and 1 10-inch. 1 yard of 1.5 inch wide webbing. You can use standard webbing, or you can also use strap webbing, and that's what we're going to be using for this video. 2 D-rings, 1 1.5 inch wide lobster clasp, and 1 1.5 inch wide strap slide. And lastly, you need your pattern, and this pattern is available at properfitclothing.com. Super easy to use, just download it, print it, and you're ready to go. And the links for all the supplies will be in the description, so definitely go check that out. Getting started, go ahead and trace and cut out your pattern. And make sure you cut out lining for the main side panel, the zipper panels, and the main panel. And we're going to be cutting the pocket out of the same fabric that we're using for the lining. It's a soft twill. It's nice to use for a lining. The purple fabric you see is a standard lining, but we're actually not going to use that. We're going to use the soft twill this time. It's going to add for a little bit more high quality finish. You can totally use whatever one you want. Go ahead and grab your pocket panel, place the right side on your 18-inch zipper. Pin that in the center of that zipper and go ahead and sew along that side. And as you can see, the zipper is way longer than the panel. I just think it's easier using longer zippers. You can totally use shorter ones if you want. Flip that panel flat and then go ahead and top stitch on that seam allowance. Grab the pocket zipper panel, fold it in half, and place it directly above the pocket panel on the opposite side. Pin that into position. Then grab your main panel and place that pocket panel lined up with the side exactly and make chalk marks on both sides. From that chalk mark in about 1/4 inch, then place the zipper with right sides together on that new chalk mark. And what you're going to want to do is sew along that zipper. Go ahead and fold that pocket panel down, and now you're going to add a top stitch along the top edge of that zipper flap. Grab your main panel lining, and what we're going to do is place it behind the main panel and stitch all the way around the outside just on that edge. But before you do that, make sure you move the zipper towards the inside of the panel. Pin that into position and then sew just on that edge as close as you can to that edge. This is just locking it into position so it's easier to sew together in the end. Once you have that attached, you can go ahead and snip the zipper ends. Grab your zipper panels, both the outside and the lining, and you're only going to need 2 of them to start. So take your lining, place it on the back of the zipper and the right side of the outer layer on the front side of the zipper. Pin it on and sew across that edge. And make sure you have the zipper panel in the center of that zipper. Then go ahead and fold those panels towards the outside and top stitch along that edge. Then grab your other 2 zipper panels, and we're going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side, and make sure that you have the zipper panels lined up exactly. Fold those panels out and top stitch along that edge. Grab both of your main side panels and then grab your zipper panel, place the right sides together, sandwiching that zipper panel in between the lining and the outside layer. And you're going to want to sew that shorter edge over the zipper. Once you have that sewn on, you can go ahead and snip the zipper end off. Flip the side panels down and go ahead and add a top stitch along that seam. Now we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. Just go ahead and invert those side panels and pin it on. Before you start sewing, make sure that zipper chain is moved towards the inside of that panel. Flip the right sides out and top stitch along that edge. Take your fully completed side panel and your front main panel, and what you're going to do is line up the zipper edge with the zipper edge of your front panel. Once you have those lined up, go ahead and pin all the way around the outside edge. And then go ahead and sew along that entire outside edge. This part can be a little bit tricky, so definitely just take your time. At this point, I like to pop the right side out just to make sure that all the edges are completely sewn and it's not missing any layers. Grab your strap panel, starting with the bottom, place the right side of the zipper to the right side of the strap panel and sew it on, and it's going to be on the shorter end of that strap panel. Fold it out flat and add a top stitch along that edge. Grab the top strap panel, place it exactly on the opposite side as the bottom strap panel, sew it into position, and then add a top stitch. Grab the back strap panel and place the right sides together, and what you're going to do is sew just the two edges and make sure that zipper is moved in towards the center. Don't sew the top yet. Grab your webbing, and we're using about 40 inches. You can use 40 inches or a yard. Slide it in between those panels, line it up in the center of that top, and sew across that top. We're using more webbing so that we have more options to adjust in the end. Then go ahead and flip the right side out. Grab that completed strap panel and your back main panel and place it in the top center of that back main panel. You're going to want to stitch just on that top edge, and this is going to hold it on so it's easier to attach the side panels. Grab 2 inches of webbing and your D-rings and place them at the bottom edge right before the curve and pin them on. And just like before, sew just along that edge, holding them into position. Grab the lining for the main back panel and place the main panel over that lining, and just like on the front main panel, sew along the outside edge.
Watch this.
And just like the front main panel, go ahead and line that back main panel up with the corners of the front main panel and pin along the outside edge.
Get up, right down.
And once you have it all lined up and pinned together, go ahead and sew along that outside edge.
I'm hearing something real powerful for someone. And now listen to this.
And then the next step is to add bias tape all the way around both of these edges to really secure it down and make it super quality and hide those raw edges. So we're going to be using a double fold bias tape binder to clean up those edges. And you can definitely get these for domestic sewing machines too. We're going to have links in the description. So go ahead and cut out long pieces of bias tape that are the right measurements to the width of your binder. The other option is to use a bias tape making kit, and this is where you pretty much just make your own bias tape. And it comes with a presser foot that helps you attach the bias tape to your garment. And it's pretty simple to use. All you have to do is cut a strip, feed it through, and iron it. And after that, it works the same as the bias tape. You just fold it over and sew it on, or you use that attachment. And it's really that simple. All you have to do is keep going around that outer edge and do this for both edges. We're only going to do it for one edge to save time for the video though. And skipping this part is not that big of a deal. It's just going to add for a raw inside edge. This is mainly for cleaning up that inside edge and giving it a little bit extra strength. And as you can see, it really brings out that inside edge and makes it look super clean. And then go ahead and flip the right side out. Go ahead and add that slide adjuster onto your strap and then add your lobster clasp. Then bring that strap back down to the center of that strap adjuster, slide it through, and as you can see, we already did it. My video got kind of messed up, but you slide it through that middle and then fold it back over on itself and stitch across. Pretty much all our bag videos show this part, so you can definitely go check that out. And you can clip this to either side for the best comfort that fits you. Now we're going to go ahead and add zipper pulls, and you can either use parachute cord or regular zipper pulls that you buy online. And we're going to go ahead and use the ones that you buy online. They're super easy to use. All you have to do is feed them through your zipper and pull them back through and tighten them. And that's how you make your sling bag. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think. We're going to keep the videos coming at you, so we'll see you next time.